And
thank you, robot lady.
Oh. Okay, so Megan, we're gonna start with you. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you the host and have you share your video.
Because okay, I wasn't prepared for that.
I know, I'm sorry. We're thinking on the fly here because I'm like, if my internet can't handle showing my video, there's no way it's going to show, like, stream the video over in a screen.
So do I need to share it from like the YouTube, or can I somehow activate the link that I put on Patreon?
I
need to do it from the YouTube.
So what I do is I copy and paste from the Patreon into another window, and then it'll take you to YouTube, and then you go there.
I'm like, oh, I don't even remember which ones I posted. Like,
yeah, here I can. Okay, if you don't have Patreon,
here we go, baby Merlin. Yay! Here it comes from YouTube. Now I just have to figure out how to share it.
Yep.
I don't know. I can do like mixed effects models, but like dealing with tech, like screen sharing, is apparently not in my wheelhouse.
That's okay. I apparently can do like Excel sheets for days and all of the like pivot tables and stuff, but I can't handle time zones. So
okay, cool. I don't can you guys like see like the back of my iPad now?
Yep, we can see that you're going to YouTube. Now we're gonna get to see all your suggested videos, which is always fun.
Oh, great. That's okay. Luckily, they're mostly dog videos and not super awkward.
Mine are always like a lot of political comedy, which is fine depending on the audience.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay, so you can see my feet here now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'll try and make it
before bigger. You play it. Catch us up on who Merlin is, what we're doing. He's a little baby, right?
He's a little baby. Yeah, he's 12 weeks old yesterday. He's in the other room with my partner. Lily hates him. I have to do some like parallel walking and stuff before they can be friends. And he's a little baby working line field retriever. So he's got lots of champion and like field test kind of doggos in his genetics. And hopefully one day he's going to find underground orchids. And which I don't know, I've kind of waffled about them in various calls. Maybe they're extinct. Probably there's like half a dozen of them left. We like to get them, find more so that we can start an ex situ translocation program. I have this harebrained scheme of training him on like a neutral odor, then like a poop of some other vaguely useful species, just to practice to learn how to search and become a grown-up search dog, and then on the generic of the orchid, and then the actual species, because we can't get a permit to take the actual species. But here he is, he's a baby search dog, and I'm just trying to teach him to search with food, basically. So I've done like a bunch of scatter feeding, and then like a couple of sessions before this of this similar exercise, but easier. I've built this strange contraption. This is kind of like bricks, but with stuff, kind of like that thing that Kayla uses for Merlin, but was like stuff we had in our backyard. So it's basically a bunch of tubes screwed to, well, in this, we tried to glue it. Now it's screwed to the board, but here it folds off. Because turns out PVC glue does not work when you try to glue the PVC to wood, because the wood doesn't melt and fuse to the PVC, which I should have known. But anyway.
Oh no.
So I'm just putting food in, and then he's in his crate, which is like off in a different spot behind me, and I couldn't get it in it's like a little pen. So I put him in his pen, I go hide the food, and then I let him out to find it. And then I'm just doing that same thing where I'm rewarding him at the site to get a little look back pause kind of thing going on, partly because I just like the idea of rewarding him for the find, and making it a little bit of a different picture than like just finding food. I don't know. Anyway, here he is. Is that fine, that summary? I don't know how to make this big.
Yeah, it's working fine for me.
Okay, good. Yay! Good boy! Come on! Yay! Good boy! Good boy! My God. He want to keep searching. I'm not really sure what to do. Like, should I let him search? Should I have much clearer finish signal?
Yeah. I would say that maybe a sign that he's ready for a little bit more duration. Whoop, there we go.
Whoops.
He may be ready for a little bit more area or difficulty.
Yeah, so he's only done this like 5 times. I did it with 4 of these, and then it was like way too easy, so I just put more tubes.
Yeah.
But he's loving it.
Yeah, he might, especially because, you know, as a lab, they're such a like hunty breed. Like, he may also just like, you know, if you put one piece of food out in all of this grass and he's got to really like snuffle through a bunch of grass, he might like that. But yeah, I would definitely do some sort, like start working on some amount of like an all clear signal, and especially with fieldy labs, I would avoid rewarding him too much for continuing to search right after a reward event, because it's a relatively common problem I've seen in labs in particular.
He's like, yay, I keep going.
Yeah, I've seen like labs are one of the only like I've seen this in 3 or 4 labs, and I haven't seen it much in any other situation. Like they'll like throw a change of behavior and then just keep searching. Without actually indicating. So I would
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, just like as a little, especially because of his bloodlines, like I would keep an eye on that and try to avoid reinforcing like too much searching for searching's sake, and try to really like build up those reinforcers and that routine so that he like, yes, we will like we can eventually like use like a Premack principle of like, hey, when you make an alert, that means you get to go search more, but you have to make the alert. Which obviously is not alerting yet, but just like a little pin to put in that for considering going forward. We wouldn't want to get in that pattern too much, again, especially knowing like his breed and especially his bloodlines within that breed.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That's super interesting. Okay. So you think it's fine to make it harder? I didn't want to be like one of those people that's like, I'm going to make it harder. Like, you know, that, and then it's just like way too hard and then he doesn't love it anymore. I mean, it'd be hard. Like, that's the reason I chose like this type of dog. Like, it would be hard to make him hate searching, but
if it makes you feel any better, I got frustrated with doing the beginner stuff with Kepler and literally chucked the tins in grass and was like, go find it. And that's how we started.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. See if you can find it in my whole yard.
Oh, it was at college. She was like waiting for a concert to start. And I was like, you know what? We're done. I'm throwing this. Find it.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think like what we're seeing from him right now says he's ready for it. Like he looks confident and happy, and like he wants to go back for more, so like go for it.
Okay, awesome. And then like in terms of like we're done, I guess I have 2 questions. Should I like, so one time he just like decided to keep searching and then got to the end and was like, oh, it's done now. I'm like, at what point I'm like, oh, should I give him a treat for being like, it's done now? And to like try to reinforce that all clear signal like really early, but then that's gonna take away from the like do the alert part. And then also, do I need like okay, it's done, no more sniffing signal? I guess those are my 2 questions.
Yeah, I love those questions. I would say, maybe focus.
The second one's probably easier to answer.
I would almost say like let's focus on one yes, reinforcing and creating an all done signal from your end before teaching him an all clear signal.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking, but I just was like, oh, I don't know what to the order is confusing to me.
Yeah, like I
awesome.
love the idea of, especially like if you've got a dog who loves to hunt and they're offering an I'm done now, there's nothing here. Like I love the idea of rewarding that sooner rather than later. But
Okay.
I would be a little cautious of like rewarding too much and having him be like, oh, so I like run out of the crate and then I look at you and then I get a treat, you know? Like that's something Paul talked
Yeah.
about in that All Clear episode, is that like you want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
that you're definitely reinforcing the searching and the finding more than the searching and reporting that there's nothing there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll get a bit more clarity. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything they want to throw in for Megan? Questions or?